Next question. Discussions about attachment style. First, we kind of have to explain what attachment style is for those who never heard of attachment styles. And actually, we're not going to do love language because fuck the languages. I
Yeah,
speak
that's
like
separate.
three
That's
already.
separate.
So, like, yeah. So, attachment style. For those who don't know what attachment style is, kind of like it really just depends, but it's the way that you gravitate or is connected to another individual, because it could be anyone, your parents, your siblings, your significant other, your kids even.
Yeah, your attachment style depends on how you were raised as a child.
Yeah, and it matters on how you were raised too, and your surroundings. So you're nurtured, not your nature, but you're nurturing too, on how you were nurtured growing up. So that's what the definition of attachment style. So I mean, I'll start off first.
Well, say
I
what you got to say. There's four of them.
So there's, oh god, there is four, and I don't remember all four. All right, Marco, you take it away.
So the four attachment styles is secure attachment, which is the best one, which a lot of people, people who are aware of it, they try to aim for. The other is avoidance. That's what I am. The other is
Maybe we should have pulled it up
yeah,
because I wrote this like a while back ago. These questions.
attachment.
I know you guys talked about this last time, but I completely.
Oh yeah,
forgot.
anxious.
We
Yeah.
talked about it off the pod.
The other one is anxious
Anxious.
and disorganized.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
Yeah, so-
I know what mine is, but yeah.
Yeah, so the four attachment styles are secure, avoidance, insecure, and no anxious and disorganized. And then each attachment style has two subcategories.
I am pretty sure that I am avoidance. Because the only reason why I say that I want to say I'm 80 to 90% sure is because whenever I explain to my friends, so my friends know this, right, about my relationships and how I am. For one example, and I had brought this up in previous episodes, but I'll bring it up again for this topic. My ex, or my girlfriend at the time, we would go a week, right, of just not even calling or FaceTiming or talking to each other. I mean, mind you, we will send like have conversations midweek or something like that, but it's usually something important. Like maybe we were trying to arrange a date for laundry or something. Not a date, a laundry mat. That's kind of weird, but like a time for laundry. Sorry. But my sometimes we'll go 2 weeks without even talking to each other, or sometimes or whatever. But to some people, they find it crazy because some people, they go throughout the day of they need their good morning beautiful texts and they're fucking what are you doing in the middle of the day texts and all the other stuff. But with me and my previous partner, sometimes we'll go a whole week, and then we see each other on a Sunday at the same exact time on a Sunday, where we go and pick her up and we go do our regular errands like laundry and go grab something to eat and do a Target trip or do an H Mart trip, and then we act as if we just saw each other yesterday, and we're dating, we're together, we're in love, right? But I guess for me and her, what kind of how we are is that we feel as if the small little forceful conversations isn't really needed, or it's kind of annoying. We'd rather be doing something else. She's the type to when she goes home from work or come back home from work, she would do her schoolwork, right? Or vice versa. If she's coming back home from school, she would continue on doing her homework, and she'll have background noises in the back, or she's sitting there scrolling through her phone and she's watching episodes of whatever drama or Vietnamese drama that she's watching, or Vietnamese comedy that she's watching, and then she'll cook herself something and go to sleep, and then that's basically her whole day. And then for me, she knows it's the same thing. I don't go anywhere, right? I just go work, home, sleep, work, home, sleep. Once in a while, maybe a trip to Walgreens or a CVS or a corner store or something to grab whatever item I'm missing, whatever. And then I don't really go out, and I keep my circle small. As you guys know, you guys can most likely will know where I am. If I'm said I'm out with my boys, you guys already know that. If I'm telling that to somebody, most of the time they would know it's either I, Jay, Marco, or Dan, and that's it. Everyone knows where. Most likely, those are my full group of guys that I usually hang out with. So if I say I'm out with my friends, I'm usually around one of the four, one of them. And if I didn't say family, and That's like where that she knows my schedule so well that she doesn't need to ask me where I am, because she probably can look at the time and be like, oh, it's 6 p.m. He's probably home watching One Piece or whatever, or watching anime or something like that, or he's probably just power napping through the days, stuff like that. That's why pointless conversations we don't. And then when I tell people that, they're like, you don't check up on them throughout the day, like you don't see what she's doing, or you don't check her location, which I think is fucking crazy, right? I I understand. Some people want to know where your significant other is and stuff like that. But I am perfectly fine with not having the mundane conversations every single day. And the other reason why I said 80% sure that I don't have I have a disattachment style is sometimes I could just go with you somewhere, or just have you or call you over, whatever, right? And we can just do absolutely nothing. And I'm fucking perfectly fine with that. Like, we don't gotta go out to a restaurant or go on a date or anything. So we could just sit there and be potatoes. And I'm perfectly fine with that.
So why is this one called avoidance, though? Is that something negative?
I think you're more of. You think you'd be more secure because avoidance. That's what I am. Avoidance. There.
I don't speak my feelings. That's what I think it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's part of being avoidant. You're probably like a mixture of secure and avoidance.
Yeah.
But yeah, avoidance. They don't know how to express or They don't know how to express emotions. They don't know how to talk about their feelings.
Oh, never mind. No, I'm not. That's not me then.
Yeah,
I retract back. I was just explaining.
That's the same. I think you're more
Yeah.
secure because
Yeah.
you're very confident and like you're not jealous or anything like that. So I think you're more.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm more secure. I'm sorry. I take that back.
and avoidance. They have fear of losing people that become very close to them.
No, Nando's like, I'm avoidance. I be avoiding these fucking headaches. Sorry.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
No, okay. I guess I'm secure. I'm sorry.
So like I said, avoidance. Their fear of losing people. So anyone that gets close to them, they tend to push them away out of fear of like losing them or getting hurt, which is another reason. Another thing too is they can become controlling at times in order for them to feel comfortable in the situation or relationship that they're in, controlling over their partner.
Avoidance is like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not controlling. Oh, so I'm secure.
Yeah, you're secure. I think you're more secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to push people away out of like.
Matter of fact, it was because I'm not controlling is why all that bad shit happened to me.
And then they can also be dismissive of their partners at times as well. So like they won't really consider what they're saying. Like they won't take into consideration what they're saying, how they feel and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm more secure. I'm not like that.
Yeah, so I'm an avoidant, or was, because like I've been working towards.
I think Jay's restraining order.
Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. I know now. Now I know why you said that. This fucking guy. Anyway.
But yeah, I've been working towards trying to be more secure attachment because of since you guys already know, you guys met her not too long ago. I'm dating someone now, and yeah, I've had moments where I did not show any type of jealousy or anything like that. I haven't been controlling or anything at all. I've been very open towards her, so it's been going really well.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the avoidant, or was I guess I could say. But when I found out I was the avoidant, it completely blew my mind because it made me realize like everything that like my exes would tell me made complete sense. It all came at me like it was like a typhoon. And holy shit!
You had an eye opening.
Yeah, pretty much. And so yeah, that completely changed my life for like a positive.
That's good. I feel like it's one of those things where once you become aware, you start to fix whatever was blocking you or making you negative or something.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely opened my eyes and it's changed me in a positive way.
That's good. I'm still trying to figure out what I am. I have no idea. My last relationship was years ago, but it was short and sweet. I didn't have like a huge emotional attachment to her. Yeah. Even though, I was kind of depressed after she left, but there's nothing we could do.
Yeah, yes. And like the other thing too is your attachment style depends on how you were raised as a child. The other reason why I became an avoidance because of the way my parents raised me. When I was young, I realized that I'm not really allowed to like show emotions around them. So even with my parents, even to this day, I don't tell them how I feel, like what's going on with my life. Like if I'm like depressed or stuff, I don't tell him anything. I completely like I shut myself off from. So that's another reason why I'm an avoidant because it's how I raised. And the other reason too, I try to change that is because with Mia, I know the way depending on how I raise her will affect her later on when she's an adult. And I don't want her to be an avoidant like me. But my ex, she is the anxious type.
Sorry, no, it's fucking Nando. He's like, Latinos don't get the press.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't believe in none of that shit.
Latinos put
The-
that
the
D
older-
in depression.
The older generation don't believe in like mental health or anything like that.
That's
But-
interesting.
sorry.
But with my ex, she is anxious, and she was telling me how like she does see a little bit of anxious attachment in Mia. So we're both trying to work on like having her change.
What's anxious? What does that do?
Let me look it up
It's like
because I don't really
it's like
know much
pre-cum.
about.
What do you guys think? What do you guys
Sorry,
think
what?
from your knowledge of like being around me? What do you guys think I am? Because I have no idea.
Definitely avoidance. 100%. You know why? Because I've had a lot of run-ins with you. I'm your boy, so I'm just telling you this honestly, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of run-ins with you where you care a lot about people, but you don't know how to put it in words. A good example is how me and Marco became friends because you cared about Marco and you wanted to introduce me to one of your friends, but you just didn't know how to put it in words. You told me just fine.
Yeah.
Right? Of everything. This is before I met you.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And then when I told it to him, I put things in words for him too, but it was basically your feelings and the way that you cared. I just relate that to him. But you have this thing of like you just don't know or you can't put feelings into words sometimes.
I can see that. Yeah, you're right.
That's
I can see that.
That's why I say don't get upset. I'm just telling you like
Oh no, I honestly don't know what I am. So yeah.
that sounds like avoidance to me.
Mm.
It's not like so instead of like hurting people that you're close to, like your friends or your family, I notice you don't put things into words. If anything, you just don't say it at all. I noticed that.
Yes, you
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so for characteristics of an anxious is strong desire.
Sorry.
Strong desire for closeness and intimacy, fear of abandonment and rejection, need for reassurance and validation, emotional sensitivity and reactivity, difficulty being independent, potential for jealousy and mistrust,
Damn.
may have low self-esteem and rooted in childhood experiences.
That's
avoidance?
That's
anxious.
anxious.
Oh,
That's
anxious.
crazy. Holy shit.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
my
Nano said that like if you can't put things into words, Jay, you should just whip your dick out.
yeah, see the
I'm
characteristics.
a man of few words.
The characteristics for avoidant is discomfort with intimacy, need for independence, difficulty trusting others, emotional unavailability, fear of abandonment or rejection.
Okay, I could see the. Oh my god! Sorry, say that one more time. There was two that like stuck out. Sorry, go.
Avoidance.
Okay.
So discomfort with intimacy,
Yep, that one.
need for independence,
Nope.
difficulty trusting others,
Nope.
emotional unavailability.
There you go. All right, stop right there. So the emotional unavailable, right? Because you're always fucking busy, but most of the time you want to be lazy, right? It's true. Every time I hit you up to go somewhere, what do you say? Oh, my brother of my sister's wife or
it's
my
someone's
family has a
birthday. Can't
birthday.
go. Yeah. Honestly speaking, a lot of those times I'm just tired.
But you're just tired. And I was like, oh, Jay doesn't want to come. I just probably just sum it up with that. But the first one of lack of intimacy, right? I can see that in you though.
Well, it's not lack; it's discomfort with intimacy.
I'm sorry. Let me put it that way. Okay. The way you fucking hold Mia fucking questions me.
I just don't know how to handle freaking.
You handle
babies.
a baby with intimacy. Is it like with love and nurture?
Dude, I'm afraid of like breaking their arms or something. I don't know how to like
So
hold
what do
them.
you
Or
do
dropping
when you're
them
with
in a
the girl?
pool?
It's like, girl, can I squeeze it if you want to?
Gosh.
So this is disorganized. So the characteristics of disorganized attachment is inconsistent and unpredictable behavior, contradictory emotions, difficulty with emotional regulation,
None.
low self-esteem and fear of abandonment, and internal conflicts.
Okay, that's none for you. Definitely not. None of that. Next.
Secured, which is the
Oh, that one's me.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one actually fits. Hold on.
so it's empathy, communication, emotional regulation, self-worth, relationships, and independence.
Was that all
that-
me? Was it?
So
No, I'm
empathy.
saying that like was that
I have,
all
I
me?
have I have a lot of those qualities, but like not the relationship one, because fuck Canada, right?
Yeah, because relationships, it says they are able to form strong relationships with friends, family, and partners. So that's definitely you're
Well,
definitely a secure.
I'm good at making friends, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm easy to get along with.
Yeah, independence. They don't fear of being on their own.
Like
Oh,
being
I love
alone,
being on
actually.
my
I love
own.
being alone.
Yeah, so self worth. They have positive self worth and healthy self confidence.
I have no confidence.
Emotional regulation. They manage emotions well and are reliable and trustworthy.
My dick has mood swings. Go on.
Communication. They communicate openly and respect others' boundaries.
I
And
hablo español poquito.
empathy. They're empathetic
Yeah.
and set appropriate boundaries.
Empathy sounds like a new dance move. Okay, no, that just sounds like me. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
Empathy. They are empathetic and can set appropriate.
No. Sorry, the last because we named all that right.
Independence.
Yeah, independence.
They don't fear being on their own.
No, I meant like there was 4, right? Did we named all 4?
Yeah. The secure, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized.
But disorganized. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm secure.
You're secure.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense. I trust. Yeah, I trusted my partner. That makes sense.
I think I'm a mixture of
Nothing
both.
wrong with consent. Is that what?
Yeah,
think
and
I'm
you
a-
do create
What?
you do create strong relationships with your friends and family too. So
I do.
yeah, so you're secure.
Because I always tell you guys, if I don't hit you up or talk to you every day, don't worry. When I see you, like today, when was the last time we saw each other?
Months.
Months, right?
Yeah.
But then when we all saw each other, will we act like, oh, I saw you
Like we
yesterday?
never left, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you yesterday.
We picked up off from the last page.
Good
that we left off
camaraderie.
of.
Yeah.
I think I'm a mixture of avoidance and secure. If that's
Yeah,
the
you
case.
can also be a mix of like
Yeah.
two different attachment styles.
I love my independence. At home, I barely talk to anyone, but I'm I'm not saying like I like being alone all the time, but I'm happy when I have my own private time, like space.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
He's a strong, independent Latino.
we don't need no woman in his life.
Well, not like that. Jeez. Not yet, at least.
His name is Jay, but you can call him tonight.
Tonight. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm definitely the avoidant, but I've been, like I said, I've been working towards being the secure,
I'm gonna clip that.
secure type.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All right. I think we got it out.
shall we move
Yep.
along?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, look up your attachment style, people, if you don't know what it is.
Yes, definitely.
You can learn a lot about yourself. It's kind of wild how that you actually can.
Which is connected to the next question. What did you learn from a heartbreak? It's gonna hit hard.
Fuck Canada.
Yeah. What did I learn from a heartbreak was
Don't
one.
say what accent is or whatever. Just what
No.
you learned. Yeah.
It's what my attachment style and the reason why I was very
You
distant.
learned that during the heartbreak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why I was very distant from while in the relationship.
Oh yeah, that is. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. That makes sense. You did learn that during the heartbreak.
Yep. And why I was like distant and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't emotionally there.
Speaking about distance.
Yeah, for me, I learned to ask where they're from before starting the date.
And are you going back to Canada? And I'm
Yeah,
sure-
exactly. Do you have plans to travel to
Anywhere across
Canada
the border.
anytime in your life? If the answer is yes, then that's it.
How many pages you have left on your passport?
Yeah, you just need to meet two requirements for Jay. Is one, if you're from Canada, yes or no, and
Or over the border,
yeah, or do you ever plan on moving to Canada in the near future?
or anywhere outside of the border. It's just borders if you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh man, that's what you learned from your heartbreak.
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to pick one. I learned a lot.
And the bar was
I
just moved very low.
The bar did, but not the borders.
God damn it. Shut the fuck up.
I learned a lot. I mean, I just pick one, but if we're talking about, let's see, one was something I learned. Oh my god, I learned so many. Well, I can't say from all the things I learned. I could kind of sum it up is that you really, really do need to experience pain in order to grow. Because if your life is sunshines and rainbows and stuff like that, and you're comfortable, you'll never grow. You really have to be in a really discomfort or go through some pain in life in order to grow. Because like I've seen people monkey branch or monkey swing, whatever, right, to another relationship. And when I see the monkey branch or swing to another relationship or something like that, and they hop on to something else, right? You're kind of taking you won't really feel much of a pain because now someone else is helping you relieve that, right? And from my past experiences, I've learned a lot in the times that I were single. And but single isn't all that great. I felt a lot of pain, right? And I had to go through a lot alone. But every single time, every single heartbreak, right? I've learned more about myself and learned like sometimes you really do have to date the wrong person to know what you want in life. Now you know what you don't want, right? And throughout the pain, it really does make you grow as a person because now you understand more about yourself. And that's something that like I kind of like separate a boy from a man. Like a boy would go around and they will play and they will like hop around in relationships and stuff like that, right? But I don't think a boy would ever become a man until he felt pain. Sadly, as fucked up as it may sound, until you feel pain and go through a really tough situation where you don't have the answers and you don't have someone else to rely on and you all have to figure out amongst yourself is when you actually will really grow. That's why I could tell when someone's a man compared to someone's a boy. And that's one of the things I learned from a heartbreak. That's why I admire a lot more from people who kind of took the time apart and stay single for a bit and kind of go through life and navigate through life by themselves, but quietly because they don't tell you that they're in pain, but they're trying to figure it out just silently between themselves because they don't want to be a burden to others. Because I've been there and I've grew a lot from that. And when I see someone else going through it, I'm like, that's a woman, that's a man, and it hurts, but unfortunately that pain is going to make them so much better, and it sucks, but it's the truth. That's one of the things I learned from a heartbreak. And it's not just words I'm spewing out from my mouth, it's experience that I felt for myself. So it's not, and I guess you can kind of say it's anecdotic to some people, but it's not really anecdotic. You really do have to go through all that and run through all the emotions and run through all the scenarios inside of your head and go through the desperation too as well, because sometimes being lonely, sometimes you get really desperate at times, but it's crazy that you're fighting against yourself to be like, okay, I just want it right now, but it's a headache later. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that, and you're fighting against yourself like, oh shit, like, okay, maybe I'll stop. Like maybe not now is a good time. And it's yeah, you really gotta experience pain in order to grow. That's one of the things I learned from heartbreaks. I learned a lot of other things, but that is one of it in the I guess you can kind of say the big picture of it all.
I mean, that's what they do say in psychology. There's no growth and change in comfort, only in discomfort.
Yeah, it's only in discomfort, 100%. You really have to go through it alone.
And also, you have to embrace your shadow self. Remember, we had that.
Yeah, but every time you embrace a shadow, you create another one. That too.
That's deep as fuck.
Yeah,
But you're right. No, that's a good lesson. That is true.
that's something
I think that's something everybody goes through in life.
No,
it's how you.
Some people monkey branch into other relationships. They never grow.
That is true.
They're always with someone else. They never grow.
Yeah, be that as it may, like no matter what you go through in life, like it's how you overcome it that really matters. Like how do you deal with it? How do you deal with something that irritates you or impacts you in a negative way?
We're talking about heartbreaks, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm talking about the lesson.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Want to add next question?
Yeah, we can move on.
Moving along. If you could change one trait about yourself, what would you change and why?
I feel like we answered this before. I think was it a physical trait back then, right? Characteristic. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. A physical trait.
So if it's
And
characteristic,
I think all of us was like sitting there thinking dick size or something like that. I think we're wrong. Maybe we'll edit that out.
well, I mean, I did say this earlier, because I'm trying to change my attachment style.
So you want to change that? What part of it?
From being from the avoidance to the secure.
Oh, like a trait? No, I meant like I'm honest. I want to change to be honest to be dishonest. Like trait, like a solid. You know what I mean? More specific.
I guess trying to be open because I can be very closed off to a lot of people. So I try to like open up myself a lot more.
Are you open minded? Sorry, I'm from Hongdae.
Freaking yeah.
Yo, Brian says ni hao. Why the fuck would you say ni hao? Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ho hen hao. What's up, Brian? Nando's here too. You want to say hi? You want to change to be more open minded? I mean, sorry, open. Sorry,
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, what would you change about one trait about yourself? Characteristic trait.
Shit, that's a good question. Maybe me
Nando
more.
says to open those cheeks. Brian said facts.
Facts those cheeks.
Jesus.
No,
Christ.
you're saying facts.
No, I know what you meant. I know.
That's a good question. Maybe to be more energetic, more free. Because like you said, like I barely have time for anything. So I guess one of my traits would be like being more outgoing, I guess. Yeah.
So more free.
I can't put it into words, but I think
I would
it's
say
being more
outgoing.
Oh,
Like I see Keith going to like all these races and concerts and everything. And I'm like, damn, they're all having a good time. Meanwhile, I'm out here grinding. But again, it's for a good cause. You know, I have mortgage now. I have a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think that's the one thing I would say. Yeah.
When I hear that, like someone say to be more free, it reminds me of like when this one girl asked me out. She was like, asked me like, "Are you free?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm expensive."
I use that at work
all the time.
Yeah.
But no, that's pretty solid. Like, you want to be more outgoing, but it like everything comes at a cost. So it really matters on like you really have to tell yourself kind of like, okay, you can put all your ducks in a row and you can organize everything, right? But at the end of the day, right, you make all this money and pay all this bill and stuff like that, right? Where the fuck is it going? Like, yes, you'll have a lot of money. Like, why do a lot of millionaires commit suicide? Majority of suicide attempts are people who are successful. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. They're successful. Why are like so many suicide attempts are by people who are successful? It's because they make all this money. They have more than enough. Let's just put it that way, right? They have more than enough to kind of like live and support themselves and some, right? And some. But they don't even have time to spend that money, right? So for you, it's like, yes, you're making all this money. Yeah, you're above water and you're paying all your bills. But when you die, right? Where's that house going? You think it's gonna be buried with you? That's kind of like what I tell myself is like, yeah, I make enough money, but I make more than enough, which is why I pay for 2 of everything, 2 apartments, 2 car payments, 2 whatever, right? But I always still keep some time for myself to give it to. Or surround myself with people who remind me that I exist.
Yep.
Because that time is gonna go with me to the grave.
Yeah. That's why this year I made it my New Year's resolution to use my PTO more. Because at work I'm known to like barely use it. So making more time for myself, just going out there and doing shit. So
yeah, you should use up all that PTO because like. You'll create so much time to enjoy the things that you used to enjoy.
Now, from a word from our sponsors. So let's see. Brian says for Jay to be more Asian. Nando says because they're a billionaire. And Brian says because people don't believe in looking for a psychologist. Everyone needs a psychologist. And then Nando says 2 apartments, man. You got a trap house. Fucking shit.
It's got a trap house.
It's a little bit more complicated than that, but you're right. You're right. It's because one is my house and the other one's my mom's house. I pay for 2 of everything. My mom doesn't work; she's retired. Well, okay. So
yeah, use your PTO more. You because it gives you time to do the things that you used to love doing.
Yep, that is true.
Like going on bike trails.
You know what's funny though? I say that like I use my PTO, but it's mostly me like working around the house, fixing shit. So I'm still at home, but I'm active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just not like sitting watching TV.
You think my mom needs a roommate? Sorry. No.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you want to live in Lowell, you get all the mikatang you want.
Oh my gosh.
No, I mean, like, it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to balance for some people. I feel like you can balance it just fine, right? Where some of the money you gotta, and time too, both, right? It's kind of hard to say which one's more important than the other, right? But all the money and time that you're going to spend, you have to enjoy it now. Because what, do you want to be 60 years old where you don't have to work anymore and all your bills are covered? And then you can go to fucking Honduras or fucking Guatemala or El Salvador, etc., right? Venice, because I want to find myself a Venice wife. I'm still single out there, Megan Fox, if you're listening. But like, what, be 60 years old and then experience it? Dude, they do a full lap around you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's for what? American dream, right?
Or you can become a passport bro at the age of 65.
Yeah. The American dream is a fucking joke. It really is. Like a lot of people, like, I don't give a fuck if this gets me canceled, but like a lot of people out there, they get this so fucking wrong. They think that like Americans, we make more money, we have more money, right? But it's a trade-off. Yes, the amount of money here, the American dollars are higher. Yes, but so is our bills. So we're spending more time, if anything, more time than Europeans actually working, right? And paying bills. Some people are paying off student loans. Some people are paying off apartments or cost of living, etc. Right? And we don't actually get to enjoy our life into our 60s or whatever X amount of retirement age there is, right? And that's when we actually get to enjoy life more. Meanwhile, some people, like let's say Europe, right? Because I use Europe as an example. They work lesser hours than us, right? That's one.
They have longer lunch breaks.
They have They have way better educational system where it's free
healthcare,
right? Free healthcare and everything else, right? But they also have more family time because family is more important to them, right? And see, they get to live their life more at the younger age, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? But Americans, we don't. The moment we graduate at the age of 25, 26, give or take, right? Grinding. We start grinding, paying off that fucking student loan bill, and Sallie Mae is knocking at your fucking door. For those who don't know what Sallie Mae is,
some are screwed for life. You're looking at like $100,000 plus.
Yeah, I owed fucking UMass Lowell like fucking what? Another fucking... Took me another 7 years to pay off after I graduated in 2012, 13. Give or take, whatever. And then it took me a long ass time. And then when I finally paid it off, right, I'm still fucking grinding because bigger money means bigger bills, right? That's the American dream is bullshit, right? So that's why I say, like, dude, I sure hope as fuck that I hope that you spend more time. What are they saying in chat? Brian wants me to deliver Mikatang. Motto of life is to live now. Money is meant to be spent. Thank you, Brian. See, Brian's correct. The issue is that the U.S. is a the issue is a 5-day workday. Yeah, not a 3 to 4 workday. Yes, Brian's correct. Nando also wants wings. These chat or the podcast. Hope you know these two are my other friends. Brian,
go get some bonchon.
So they're in the chat keeping us.
Yeah, it's crazy. All I'm seeing in articles is like, yeah, college is too expensive now.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they
problem.
can determine whether they get like a family or house.
That's the problem with this country is that it's a money-hungry corporation. Everything has to be a profit. Like your health, your life, everything.
He was gonna ask me a question until he told me to be careful. It's okay. Just think of something you want to hear us talk about. While you, Brian and Nando, while you sit there and think, right? I'm just gonna go with the other question we have because I have one more listed. What is the biggest turn on before sex?
For me, it's
before sex, not fucking during sex.
For me, it's foreplay.
What are they doing? It's a very person to person question. So if you don't want to disclose what it is, like maybe it could be like if she rubs my forehead and pull my earlobe and then tap my belly 3 times, and that's the magical trick.
Is she has to tap my head and say, "Good boy."
Like a bop it. You gotta tap your head 3 times, jump on one leg. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fucking Nando. The biggest turn on before sex is when she pays the bills. Oh my God. It's not wrong. I would be happy too. It's like, oh shit, I gotta put out tonight.
She paid for the food. I got you.
Oh shit!
Like, I know what I have to do now.
She just paid for that bonchon. Damn, I gotta put out tonight. Fuck. Oh shit! It's not wrong. It is true. That is a good turn on. Nando, Jay, what's the biggest turn on before sex? I gotta think.
It's for me. It's usually just the physical, like the physical intimacy, like the kissing and the like fondling and all that.
Foreplay for you guys. Oh shit! I let's see. Biggest turn on before sex. Fuck that stupid fucking paying the bill shit got me fucking this shit. Like that shit remind me of that fucking comedian. It's like you ever bang a big girl before? It's like, yo, it's so hot after you guys are done banging, she rolls over to you and she like, you want some lunch? Like, what? You gonna feed me too?
Oh shit. Best night ever.
This girl's awesome. Maybe I should edit that out. Oh, okay. Biggest turn on for me before sex is definitely it's kind of like for some bizarre reason is when the girl wants it too and she expresses it to you. That's the biggest turn on for me, because I think for guys, because our sex drives is higher, we usually want it, right? So we always have to try to get the girl into the mood. But for me, it's like when the girl is aggressive and she wants it and she shows you all these things that she wants it, I think that for me is a bigger turn on for me. It's kind of weird to explain, but the biggest turn on for Nando is when she poops before sex. That's Nando's answer.
When she poops before sex.
Yeah. Okay, that's Nando's answer.
I can't see it from.
Oh, when she pops her BC.
Freaking Nando, 2 pumps and done.
Oh, not poops. I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, poop or what?
What's it? When she pops? Oh, when she pops her birth control. I was like, when she pops?
Like, wait a minute.
When she pops before Christ? Before Christ? Oh shit! When she pops her birth control, pop. Sprint attack.
Like, damn.
Plan B because Plan A didn't work. Oh, thank you for clarifying that, Nando. That is kind of hot too. It's like M&Ms. Oh shit! I thought he said she's gonna be a little cum dumpster. Oh, okay, wait.
What the fuck?
Nando, you gotta come here and record.
Oh, yeah, all right.
She poops before sex. I can't believe it. That's what I thought. I read it from far away.
Yeah,
I'm like, a few beers in, man.
I'm like, what did you say? Anyways,
maybe I might keep that in and just put in like my editing is like this is what happened when I run out of English. Other than boobs and butt, what's the other 2 things that you look for in a woman? Other than boobs and butts, for us guys, because they did ask, are you a boob guy or butt guy? What's the equivalent for it, right? But for us, what's the other 2 that we compare to? That makes sense?
Yep. I mean, if it's not the boobs and the ass, for me, it's probably gonna be like the face and the legs. I don't know.
How about a thumb?
A thumb?
Yeah, I don't know. Because Nando says she gotta have a thumb.
They get up your.
Why she gotta have thumbs, huh? What are you gonna use those thumbs for? Anyways,
2 traits that I look for. What are the other 2 traits? Oh no, that you compare for. So she has a. For me, it would have to be. I know this is weird, but she either has to have a resting bitch face.
I mean, that one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
What the? You know all my exes, my recent exes, all of them have. My recent ones all have resting bitch faces.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. It's
They're
like, you know,
mean.
shit. You gotta,
they all look mean.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, my recent exes look really mean.
Okay.
For gripping? Okay. So they either have to have a resting bitch face because I'm attracted to mean girls or that mean aggressive look. I don't fucking know why. Right? And the other feature that I do like to have is that I like the girls short. Like, yeah, I like them to be below 5'4", I want to say.
Oh, you'll love Central America.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It's like 30-year-old women out there that are like like waist height. It's fucking crazy.
I don't know why, but I just don't like to date girls above 5'5". I don't know why. Even though I'm tall too myself, but I just like them that short. Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, Nando, you're fucking like 6 foot. Of course, everyone's fucking taller than you. But yeah, I don't know why, but I think the majority of the girls that I've been dating now, all of them have a resting bitch face. The girls that I've been dating now, I don't know why, but I always gravitate and always seem after.
All I can think about is like the girl in bed getting fucked with like monotone voice. Yeah, it feels good.
You fucking bitch!
That's fucked up. Like a fucking.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Slow down. You're being too rough.
Don't stop. Oh yeah. That's fucked up.
That's all I can think about. I don't know.
No, he says, "What's the other 2 features that you look for in a woman other than boobs and butt?" Mine was they either have to have a resting bitch face or they're short. One or the other. Those 2 are the 2 characteristic traits I like. I don't know why, but I do.
Those are good.
Yeah. Jay's is they either have to have long legs.
Honestly, you can't like the face, yeah, but the second trait, it's like it's either like the waist or the like well-toned legs or something.
Yeah. Marco has 2 traits.
Face and personality. It has to be physical.
I think so.
I think he said physical, right?
All right, so if it's physical, yeah.
So
I would go with face and legs, because if they have a nice set of legs, then that means they have a nice ass.
Yeah, well-toned, so like they take care of themselves, kind of.
That's interesting. First and foremost, I would like to thank Nando and Brian for joining us. I like that you guys joined the live chat, so it's like you guys are here. Gotta join us in person next time. That was fucking funny. You could join by Discord, by the way.
We never really tried that Bluetooth thing. Well, not Bluetooth, but like
joining in the
caller.
chat
We can have
is
like
what
a
I'm
caller
saying.
join.
Oh
in.
yeah, we can try that next time too.
Huh?
Where they can call in.
Yeah, you guys could call in next time. You know.
Yeah, that Rodecaster has that feature.
And if you want it to be disclosed and don't want to announce that who the hell you guys are, I could have just edited it.
Oh, Brian's still there.
Yeah, Brian's still there. He goes, Chinese ni hao.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been quite some time since we've recorded. And thank you to Fernando and Brian for joining us via live chat.
What up, it's your boy JK? He's gonna edit it. Goddamn.
Yeah, you want
coming at you live from Mecha Base. Thank you all for listening. And remember, wrap it before you tap it, or I'm coming for that A. I was trying to think of something witty, but yeah. I'm coming.
What's my usual outro?
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for listening to In the Gray podcast. Oh, I remember listeners to always stay gray. Okay, that was my outro. I was like, what the fuck was the outro statement? Holy shit.